Hey guys, welcome back on in to Spectrum of Concave Souls Tarot, where you have just been put on notice of the requirement to live yourself mercilessly. And of course, looking back, this is your favorite and truly philosopher, psychic medium, and divine. I'm Sunny. I'm very excited to be with you all for the collective rating. What's going on, you guys? The collective episode is here. Guys, hopefully you all are doing amazing. Hopefully you've had an amazing day here. That things are very productive for you on today. Guys, thank you all so much for your likes, your subscribes, your shares, your super thanks, and of course, your beautiful comments where we're able to commune certainly at a deeper level. If you are new here, welcome on into our home abode where love is truly unlimited. If you are new here, please do take a moment to like, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it when you all do. And of course, I would love to have you all here with me on a weekly and daily basis. We're going to go ahead and begin and see what's going on here. Collective and the energy. I invoke our angel of light, divine beings, heavenly hosts, and pillars of divine works on behalf of my beautiful and my handsome collective out there who deserve nothing but the very best in life. Also eradicate all entities of evil that are attempting to distort or dismember this message. We come against you now, Satan. And not only do we remove you, we erase you as the chalk to the drawing board. And it is so that says the divine gives the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help us, divine, and of course lead us into an area of consciousness that is housed only in you. Let's see what's going on, guys. I was purveying before I got on here. And I did see you're going to be faced with a decision here. In love. And it appears to be concerning someone leaving someone else and returning to you. Wanting to work things out with you, but laced with a lot of regrets. What's standing in the way of their approach is an understanding of the fallacies of their manipulation and what that's really truly caused them. But nonetheless, I do purvey that that's going to be taking place here. Let's get knowledge from the wisdom of the Derv first, collective, and let's see what's happening in the energy right now. What's happening for the collective at this time? So we have soulmate. So that wanted to show up in the reverse, collective. We also have here materializing, you are jeopardizing your personal and or business relationships. Collect yourself and get your affairs in order. Reverence of God's will. Which is precisely why someone's not with you any longer, right? Yeah, digging deeper into the valley's low someone is. Let's get one from the embers of the veil. It's also like I'm feeling like every time they think about it, over and under, they dig deeper into the valley's low, right? Almost as if it's unbearable at this point now, realizing the fact that they did manipulate you, you know, they did put you in a competition with someone else, also leaving you out in the cold here, right? But see, what they're wanting to do is this right here, collective. They're wanting to rewrite this story. from every seal that maps each corner. And there we go with the thoughts that I was just talking about. They're scaling their thoughts now regarding renewing their thought patterns about the scenarios that have taken place, about their life, about what they're involved in now. And they're wanting to rewrite history, right? So we have falling out for whom have come to know thyself and all thy faces. You cannot hide from the animals whom see. Yeah, there we go with rewriting the story again, right? Because they cannot hide, even in all their attempts to sort of decompose themselves by avoidance, right? And by perceiving that, well, what they believe you don't know, you don't know. Or, well, you can't find it out, or you can't prove it. This is that type of energy, right? Well, you know, collective can't prove what I've been up to. They can't prove, because this is really, you know, someone who has so much to hide about the betrayal of the past, what they've done in the past. Most of that they perceive that they're holding on to the grave. Then they have what they've been doing outside of all of that, right? That they also don't want you to know about, right? Or they're wanting to give bits and pieces of a story, right? But see, here it comes to for whom have come to know thyself and all thy faces. Someone appears to be hitting a pivotal turn. It's like a curveball, because in their depth of soul, their own soul won't allow them to be made invisible to the truths that we all know at this point or reality. And never seeing themselves where they are now, right? Not with you in this circumstance that they're in now. Never calculating during the hours of calculation that they would end up here. You would be where you are. We are now taking a purveyance into the heart spheres, failure, and the chamber of sacrificial demise. Everything they've sacrificed themselves for has come up and drawn flat. They are now showing up as a failure in love. Bottom of the deck, where inward do I have left? So someone's hope is being restored in some way here. Viewing themselves now as the incomprehensible self, laced in the blood of agonies. This is particularly peculiar. This is stemming from the soul's Trinitarianism phase. The identifiable invisible self, right? This is when someone here is, especially when we connect this here to having not knowing thyself and all thy faces. Someone not ever perceiving that these feelings would draw up, right? That, oh my gosh, it is me, right? I am responsible for these things that have happened. I did do this. Specifically the blood of agonies of Satan, right? This is a stemming from darkness when you are arising out. The calling of the souls of souls, the attempt of the self and selves to control, deny, and insulate the identifiable invisible self. So this is someone who spent a grave amount of time trying to attempt to hide from themselves, to hide from the pain that they have caused, to hide from everything that they've done, right? To remove themselves from the pain of the heartbreak of losing you. Because that's the whole thing, the detachment from reality. That's the entire scope of things here. Take a look at the soul. Coming for the soul for the collective. Oh gosh, yeah, we have the Beast Corner, Chamber of a Barbaric Mind. That's actually showing up in the reverse. So someone definitely having not just a change of mind, but their thought patterns are changing. That's the second notion of that. Someone here having a peculiar interest in a psychosis-oriented mind, right? That is where an individual perceives it so, that they have now concretely made the decision that they are going to accept their own psychosis as reality, therefore removing themselves from reality. But that is an incapability and an impossibility, right? Which is how all you're essentially doing is attempting to bury what has never been lost in terms of the holistic view, right? Because even though they left and they did whatever, the pain was not lost. It still permeates until it is resolved. And that's a profound phenomenon we continue to keep seeing. That people believe, oh, well, I let something go or I stop doing whatever, that it still is not there. Yes, it is. Until it is resolved. That's the thing. In the I have perished. So this is someone here who actually died inside via the loss of you, but they were never going to admit that, right? Because isn't it human nature, right, that we must attempt self-escapism? Isn't it human nature, right? Because in temporary satisfaction, the human psyche perceives that it is escaping something. No, it is not. What's happening here? It's not escaping. They did perish, right? Because there we go, right? With the God complex. Well, I feel nothing, but they do feel, right? We're seeing that here. Let's get down to the meat of this. Talk to me about soulmate. And to the notion that states the pain has now become unbearable. We have strength. This could be a Leo. Some of you could have a soulmate that is identifying themselves in this energy as a Leo. They're also gaining some type of newfound confidence with soulmate wanting to show up in the reverse. This has all to do with someone being confident enough to try to win you back here. Yeah, definitely feeling like things are not over. There's a decision being made because someone is sitting in unbearable regret here. What's happening is they who were in a dilemma of pathways. Well, I have this pathway and I've got that pathway, and I can take my time to decide which way to go. right? This is one of the first algebraic mosaic glimpses of people moving down the pigeonhole of compartmentalization, right? Because, well, I have the collective as a pathway. I have this other person or this other lifestyle or whatever I'm thinking in my brain cells that I'm trying to hide from the other person, right? This is what always goes on. And then I therefore remove you from the position of priority, and then I place you into a bottle or a Pepsi bottle to consume when I get ready, right? But what we are seeing now is a decision being made in someone's life about their path, right? This is no longer to this person a situation of the game of juggling, right? Or the game of I'll go here, I'll come back there, right? Because what I am saying is there was a cutting or an ending of a cycle that happened in the past. I already saw that the collective ended this cycle. Yeah, this is a definitely, I keep seeing a Leo here coming in with communication here. This is someone here. It's almost like a fresh wind of love here that they have for you. They just can't see it. They just can't envision permanently walking away from you. And it's very interesting because this is someone who at one point they were so sure they were gone, right? But like I say, they weren't, right? Because when it actually ended up being acted out, this is someone here who actually died on the inside when you actually detached yourself, right? They cannot see letting you go here. They can't see you permanently walking away from them, and then let alone getting involved in a very fulfilling love, a new love. They are now in the process of, I actually saw that that this person definitely has walked away, ended something with someone. I am seeing that here in the energy now as we are continuing to talk about a soulmate showing up from the past who is now in the present, revealing themselves. Walking away from a situation, now showing up single and wanting something. And what they want is this Two of Cups. Communication coming in from this individual, reflecting to you that that is exactly what they want. They want to be with you. They've actually been holding back, like not trying to like rush, you know, and the reason why they're doing that or like sporadically coming your way is because they know that you now see them as simply a manipulator, a con artist, someone whom you cannot trust, you know, and they feel and they know, right? If they just try to rush you into something or rush at you, because I'm really getting this energy of someone that likes to come at you. They don't, this is the energy, not someone who talks with you or talk to you, they talk at you. So this is a demander, but they know this about themselves. So this is self-regulation. There we go, with the devil in the reverse, showing up for confirmation on that. They don't want to return to you in toxic energy. So what they essentially are doing is spending a little bit of time alone in this Nine of Pentacles energy. Even though they want so badly to be back with you. It's like as soon as they dart the door, as soon as they get their bags, I'm gone. Wouldn't want to be a see ya from the third party. They would love to just hit you up, right? And just call you and say, hey, can I come home? But they know that that's not the best judgment call to make. They need to spend some time by themselves and get their head straight. Talking about for whom have come to know thyself in all thy faces. There we go. They never first saw it, guys. They never foresaw that they would be sitting in this pain, sitting in this regret about this divine golden opportunity that is you. That they released, they let go of. Now they're also regretting not coming to you sooner. Not going fully gusto with you, right? They're doing a lot of reflecting on that. Also, a lot of struggle. They also know that it's going to be a struggle to get to this Ace of Pentacles, which is you. It's going to be a massive struggle. Attempting to regain access. Because in order to do that, they've got to build trust. How so are they going to do that? I mean, guys, there's definitely a Leo here. I mean, this is coming up a lot here. Somebody definitely trying to be strong. It's taking a lot out of them to make this judgment call here. They finally got the confidence, it appears, to walk away from a situation, to let it go in order to get recognition from you, in order to get this success, attention. So this could be a Leo desperately wanting to get the attention of a Taurus. Essentially, all they did was manifest an opportunity for someone else to come in and swoop you up here. They could also be purposefully being quiet at this time. Talking about the barbaric mind, beast corner in the reverse. King of Wands, a fire sign here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Yeah, whoever this is definitely are seeing the error of their ways here. Definitely. They regret this so much, guys. For real. And they really, truly want a new beginning with you. After walking away, they had to, and see, that was the main problem. Like them knowing that they couldn't be at this intersection of a crossroads. You know, they had to let one thing go, right? And that was the problem. They didn't want to let go of whatever this is that they are now desperately trying to detach from. Now only wanting to be in love with you with you. There's the communication coming in I was talking about, guys. But like I say, something definitely has definitely changed about their mental space, their mindset about all of this. How this person is going to be communicating you is going to be distinctly different. The way that they're going to be communicating. This is like someone changing from all over the place, accusatory, manipulative. I mean, you name it, into being very cognizant of what they're saying, deeply rooted in knowing for a fact that they're wrong, wanting to elevate, wanting to get it right, wanting to be a stand-up person. Yeah, there's a silent period ending here. There could have been a stretch where there was complete silence with you and this individual. That's changing. Definitely changing. Yeah, someone definitely taking action towards you to work things out with you. Family for the collective. Family for the collective at this time, please. So we're still focusing on the main energy right now here, collective. Well, yeah. So something, I was already saying earlier, something really bad here. Very wrong with something that happened to transpire between them and this other person. The third party is wanting them to steal, like give to them and then give to you type of situation, but they don't want that. It's like this third party, they don't mind being a dirty person, right? They don't mind, well, I'll have any part of you just because, right? In fact, they probably get off on, back when, right? When this person was in this 10 of cups with you and then sharing themselves with this person, right? Doing the dirty deed. The third party caught on to the fact that the individual was casting an illusion over them. They are definitely very much so still in love with you. They were able to get, the third party got off on being able to get this person to backstab you, do you wrong, switch up on you. But they are now, like I say, gone silent on this other individual. They have gone silent on them. They are tired of this toxic lifestyle that they're leading. They don't want to be a part of it anymore. They are going silent on this person in favor of just doing. Because this is like someone in choosing or being surrounding energy that is laced in injustice. But then there being a massive change here in the main energy. This King of Wands here walking away here, like I keep saying, walking away from this notion of juggling, right, or hiding, you know, in order to having a secret lifestyle, and you know, it's caused so much destruction in their life here. There we go with that injustice that I was talking about, guys. In favor of something substantial, right? They're tired of having to lie their way through everything, juggle everything with lies, right? It's just a good homage to, if you tell one lie, you got to cover it up with another lie, right? You know, they're tired of living like that, having to like perform emotional blackmail, right? Juggle people's emotions when they can't even juggle their own, and lie and cheat and steal and all this, and then all just to end up right here, sick, busted, and turn out, right, guys? No money, possibly sick, nowhere to go. I mean, that's not fun, right, guys? And even in this scenario with this third party, it's a very isolating, sickening thing. When you really look at this person's energy, it's very sickening. Like, it's very, very isolating. And them feeling very alone here. Very, it's like being holistically malnutritioned. It's like this person now makes them sick to their stomach. Like, and they just now sit there and think about, you know, what was I thinking? But now, like I say, they're beyond that. And they are now, like I say, gone. The moon. So the third party was fearing that this would come to an end. Fearing that it would come to a permanent close. Yeah. And that this individual would finally step up to the plate. That they would actually finally see that they were somewhere that they don't belong, essentially. And that's essentially exactly what has happened. Them now moving into the Emperor state. Valet of Goblets. And here they come. This individual now feeling confident enough to take charge of their life. To now take responsibility by ending this cycle. Because it's really interesting, collective, because, you know, we often talk about you ending the cycle, collective, but this is a whole other feat, right? The actual incumbent who is responsible for creating the cycle, actually seeing that the cycle needs to close, right? Because at the end of the day, the cycle really is theirs, right? When you, the victim of the cycle, this case being the collective, when you close the cycle, it means that you removed yourself from their cycle. It never was your cycle, right? To begin with. You therefore snatch yourself out of darkness. You removed yourself from the energy plane. But the cycle was still going for them, right? Because it's their cycle that they created, that they just continue replicating. So all essentially they were doing, which is something else they're saying, I'm doing nothing but replicating my own pain. I'm replicating the same cycle. always being a failure in love, right? Always chaotic, always ending up on E, completely depleted, even while existing in an active so-called relationship, right? Which is the karmic relationship that they've been in. That never really was a relationship, right, guys? So here they come to wanting this Ten of Cups back with you, wanting to get back together, coming in with an apology, perhaps, a peace offering. They're very, I mean, they can't rest until this happens. Like, it's like this person cannot rest until they have you. Like, until they apologize, they're not going to be able to rest until they're like back with you. It's very interesting. And it's like they can't see themselves doing this anymore. When this person was stretching themselves thin, you know, trying to give themselves to you, but really couldn't because they were giving themselves to this other person or feeding another lifestyle. Because really, it only feels like this third party was just a means to them exploring this other lifestyle, right? Or living it. While they actually sit there and possibly do shadow work. That's really all they've been doing. It looks like to me, existing in a house with someone that they don't even like or don't even care for. And it's actually making them sick to even be there. That's what this feels like. Like somebody being somewhere and really, truly being sick on the inside. Like it really, truly killing them. Because like I say, this is someone who, like I say, acted like it didn't matter to them, you know? Because it's like, you know, I got my stuff I'm dealing with that I don't want to share. So I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to, you know, not show you any emotion, right? And then go out off and do stupid stuff. And then just, there you go, right? Throw your cares to the wind type energy. Go on with the wind. I'm going where the wind blows, you know, until I figure myself out. And it really appears that's all they've been doing, like sitting, existing with this person. Six of Cups. Yeah, they definitely got this person to do you wrong. Yeah, because this third party was trying to take your place. See, that's the whole thing. They were trying to take your place, and they couldn't. Because they were found out to be a fraud here. Yeah, they were a fraud. And it's actually funny because they actually thought that their strategy worked. This is actually the real big slap in the face here, collective, really. Because this, you know what this really is, y'all? This this is like the reason why you shouldn't entangle yourself in soulmate and twin flame connections, right? Because no matter what this third party does, or no matter who did what and tried to come in between this person's relationship, it was never going to kill off this person's love for you or your love for them, right? This was a real, true connection. not just a relationship, right, guys? I broke that down in one of the latest episodes, right? Relations is the act of having sex, and the ship is the ship you hop on upon you entering into that contractual hell. Because once again, we keep having people out here thinking that they can do and pick and choose what they're trying to do. You can't do that, right? Because when you have intercourse, you are not, because you chose to do that. Because you don't, and you have now, since you consider yourself to be an adult, you have now taken on the identity of your own God. And you perceive it so that when those juices flow, you are not picking up demons. Yes, you are. Please. What is happening here? That is a relation. So what happens is the relations take place and you do the hocus pocus, and then you remove yourself from your identity. You have now hopped into the ship of pure, unadulterated ridiculousness. Right, guys? Because, I thought he loved me. I thought you loved me. All this ridiculousness, because that's what a relationship is, right? The game of guessing. Right? The proverbial game of wondering. That's a relationship. That's not a commitment, a bond. A bond is when two souls have conjoined, and that takes place not when you enter the earth realm. What's happening here? Wait a minute, out of bounds. That a soulmate bond does not take place in the earth realm existence. What are we listening to? If you truly fell in love with an incubant, that means you have now aligned yourself with your soulmate that was already given to you by the divine consciousness before you birthed out into this earth realm. We have to have an understanding so that people are getting clear about what's happening, right? Because this person, which is how we even get to the topic of cheating, right, guys? Because the whole gimmick of the cheat is the demon infiltrating the bond based on temporary satisfaction, based on a self-escapism, right, guys? and the demon wanting to take over the vessel. And what are they doing? Oh my gosh, we got us a Jezebel spirit. What is the Jezebel? The mermaid, a derivative of the mermaid, which is a very high-ranking demon. We must understand this. Stemming all the way back to the fallen angel days, right, guys? That God removed and planted in the grounds of the seas. That's how the seas were formed. And people still believe, oh, it's not true. How? What's happening? Are we really living in a deficit, guys? What is happening? The mermaid demon is not just trying to, I'm just going to take over your identity. No, they want your entire world and your lineage. Right? So they have to remove, especially if it's a female mermaid, because they've got to remove the divine feminine out of the way, right? Through their beguilement and their lust and their sexual desire and all that. And then what happens is they've got to steal all the souls, right? Because the mermaid is also the devourer of children, right? So the gimmick is to steal your entire lineage from you. These people are, and they're calling it cheating. What's happening here? Guys, am I losing it? They're calling this cheating. No, it's not. And what's happening is the devil has made his appearance at your doorstep. Please understand this. Anytime this happens, the devil has made an appearance at your doorstep. And somebody said, sure, why don't you come in? That's cheating. Right, guys? And so here this person thought, oh my God, the little bubble got bursted. Because their little strategy right here was to take your life from you, right? Through their little love bombing, right? And make you feel good and all of that, guys, right? So they can leave you in the cold, abandon you, so that they can now get married to them. And that's what we're... So they wanted your husband or your wife, right? My goodness. Hi, my babies. Who is that? Butamu. Hi, baby. I love you. It's glad to see you too, baby. They wanted to take your life. So this is apparently here someone who was watching you. They knew who you were. They already knew who you were. They had been talking about you, right? This could even be the case of the angry ex, right? Because he left her and he really leveled up when he got with you. Then, oh my gosh, he decided to marry you. Right, guys? So, is that what we're saying? And so she got so mad she had to try to ruin everything. Talk to me about how this third party is feeling. What's going on with the third party? Let's get down in the juice, y'all. Since this little person want to show up here, let's get into the juice rounds. I'm burning up now, y'all. What the hell? Ooh. Oh my God, y'all. Woo! Well, blow me down. Woo! Y'all. OMG. Okay. Talk to me about this no good third party. What's going on with the third party? Oh, Jesus. This like one of them Lifetime movies, y'all. Y'all remember all those Lifetime movies? Where the rich husband, you know, they got the wife and all that. So they hired a nanny. Ooh, and the nanny just so happens to be, we'll say maybe about 10, 15 years younger than the wife. You know, they body snatched, look real good, all that kind of stuff, right? But they're nothing compared to the wife, right? They're a peon. Right? But all of a sudden the husband starts sleeping with the babysitter. Because all of a sudden the baby started, not to mention they got a newborn, right? So the babysitter wanted to steal the baby from the wife and the husband, right? What was that one movie, y'all? Oh, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Oh, I know y'all remember me saying this. Yes, Maria Shriver and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yes. I know y'all remember. Remember the Henry Rocks the Cradle album? I think it was what was her name? Demornay or something like that. I used to love her. Well, I still love her. Really good actress. But she wanted to take their whole life from them, right? And it was at the center of it was the child, right? The lineage. Because she wanted to take the baby from them. The main focus started with this baby, right? Because, I got to take what your womb created. See, people are looking at this from a real perspective. I got to take what God birthed into your womb and now call it my own. Now, isn't that prophetic? Now that's big to a nation. See, I got to take what God birthed into you and now call it my own. And so that's exactly what's going on here, y'all. Step is not going to work. It's crazy, y'all. That's why you notice, y'all, we're using the analogy of adoption. Why is it so happen? Even if the mother and the father willingly gave the child up for adoption, right? You know, they get a child. As soon as the mother had the baby, she knew she wasn't making enough money, or she believed whatever. She wasn't sufficient enough to take care of this child. So she gave it up for adoption. And there the baby goes down to the adoption office, right? So they wait months or whatever until they find the right parents to take that child home and call it theirs. Okay, they get the child there. Ooh. It's just like a perfect example. Well, I got two examples. Number one is the movie Losing Isaiah. Anybody remember that one, y'all? With Holly Berry, the great, renowned, legendary Miss Holly Berry, right? Where she was on dope, on drugs, and she bore her child out on the streets. And when the child came out of her womb, the blood and everything else from this baby, she took the baby and threw it in the dumpster. Let's start there. Then they find the baby in the trash can. They were coming to empty the trash from the dumpster, and the trash delivery guys discovered the baby in the trash. So they dropped the baby off to the hospital, right, guys? And so the nurse that was there took a liking to this child, right? Make it all short, she adopted the baby. Okay, for a game, right? But even in that notion, that child was destined to be with its mother. It was through the birthing of that mother's spiritual womb. Come on now, y'all. Right? So what happened? She ended up searching, longing for her child. Right? Either the mother or the child. Because that's why we have a lot of people. What happened? They raised the baby up and become a teenager, all that. Ooh, they gave him a good life. But it just don't sit right with them, do it? That I have to know that I was adopted. Anybody ever notice that, y'all? It's like a stick. It's like a stitch in the child's head. Right? I was adopted. I know my adopted mom and my adopted father loved me, but where's my mother? Why did she give me up for adoption? Because that child represents a gift, and to a promised land this other person know not of. What are we listening to? And here we go again with humans trying to create something else. That's what happened. Right, was not, no, that child was the destiny to that mother. And that's why the child can't, oh, well, I just gotta find my real mother. I gotta find my real father. This wasn't my destiny. Did you ever notice that they know deep in their soul that adopted mother and that adopted father is not their destiny? It was not ordained in the premise of propaganda, right? And so there they go, trying to find their birth mother, trying to find their, I gotta know my history. Why is it that they cannot suffice in knowing that even though their real mother gave them up, just in the notion of Isaiah, losing Isaiah, the mother literally took her hands with the blood seeping down her newborn baby and threw it in the dumpster. Guys, are we listening to this? But in the end, she couldn't live without getting to the promise. So she came back to come and get her son, right? How come she just couldn't walk? You threw the baby in the dumpster. But this is, I say all this to say, collective, to get back to the real understanding. There was nothing that this third party was going to be able to do if you choose not to be with this person. Come on, y'all. What can they do to break a bond that was created before the sands of time? I'm not understanding that. Because they had some good booty? I mean, come on, let's get ready. Ooh, the sex was good. She turned upside down on the pole. I mean, really? Guys. It's just crazy, y'all. Because there's nothing that he or she can do to stop what the divine has put in place. And that's going to be the end story. Of what I'm seeing is someone changing here. I'm seeing a perspective changing. I'm seeing someone tired of being tired. And that's this person that keeps showing up in your energy, right? This person from the past. They're tired of being tired. And then on top of this, they can't stop thinking about you, right, guys? Because nobody wants to explain this. They want to get on here and they want to, oh, well, they just think, oh, well, they just, no, there is a reason why this is happening. They're not going to leave your energy. Why? Because you were part of their promised land. What's happening? You were meant to be in their life, regardless of the circumstances. This person was not. They were a mermaid. And then they do all these little, you know, nice little movies and all this. Oh, the mermaid is not your friend. If you encounter a mermaid in the sea, it would be at your own detriment. Because they are only having their eyes on you to devour you. I don't... They keep making these little mermaid movies. That's demonic, right, guys? It all leads right back to, right, all the little stuff they're talking about now, and like the Illuminati and all that stuff. They're always showing all these little depictions because it's demonic. Why are we watching movies with mermaids acting like they're all happy-go-lucky? No, they're not. What's happening here, guys? That's a no. Queen of Cups, here you are at the center of their world. There you are, showing up as confirmation for this Two of Cups, right? And there's the little wicked witch of the East, right there, that wanted this love here, right? That you have, that you represent to this person. But see, the thing about it is, this other individual don't have an ounce of love in their heart. There's somebody who want to keep up with appearances, but can't even do it. So they wanted to be with this person, essentially collective, based on how you made them look. Isn't it something, yo? Oh, well, isn't that a plateau? Wow. They wanted to be with this person because of the depiction you made it look. Because at the time you were with this person, they weren't even ready for you. They weren't even ready for you. Shout out to Hope Outreach Ministries. I love you. Shout out to Empress Charity 333. I love you. Shout out to all my babies. Yes. Y'all. But let's see what's going on for the collective. And then next we have in line, guys, is Leo. Shout out to all my Leos out there. You guys definitely showing up in this reading. All my the Leos. Yeah, they're leaving a toxic lifestyle out in the cold that continues to keep coming up. Current energy, moving on, leaving, in order to come to this commitment here. The Hierophant. Yeah. And they're very, very concerned with this, guys. Very, like, their mind is deeply on this. Like, and it really appears to be a marriage. A deep bond, if not married. And the only reason why they're worried, collective, is because of your silence. That's the only reason. They're worried because of your silence and because you have went completely cold on them. And that's something fairly new for them, right? They're used to you at least being willing to talk to them or something. But you going completely silent on them really is what led to them really seeing it. If you would have continued to communicate with them in this toxic energy, also while they're living in a toxic situation, right? It would only have fed that, right? They would never be able to see what they're seeing now. Because you can't do the shadow work if you aren't able, or I should put it this way, you can't do the shadow work if you are allowed to step in and out of the light. Because that's what you represented for them, right? They were able to step in and out of the light, right? Let me go over here with the collective for a little bit, get a little bit of light, and that'll sustain me while I go back in darkness, right? But when the silence came, the only thing they could do was sit in darkness. And that's when the shadow work begins. King of Goblins. Look at this, guys. This person is definitely in love with you. Definitely. Definitely, guys. Happened in the reverse. Yeah. See, they're leaving one relationship, a situation that they were in. This was really a situationship. Showing up as the Hierophant in the reverse. This is a situationship. That wasn't even a relationship, right, guys? They're leaving that in the cold. And also, not just leaving that in the cold, but leaving a toxic lifestyle in the cold. Yeah, and it's moving fast, guys. Quickly getting away from something in order to get this attention here from you. They made a concrete decision here that they now know they don't love this other person. Because it really feels like, I don't know what, I mean, it's just so strange what this person was going through. And I think the only reason why they even thought that they possibly had feelings for this person is because they were operating in this dark, right? And it's like they had to wake up, really. Knight of Wands. Yeah, they definitely feel like they moved too fast here. Made the wrong move here on you. By breaking your heart here. And you didn't deserve it. So they're definitely going to be taking action towards you. They're deciding to do that. Seven of Cups. They know you're being silent with them because you feel like that they're just going to be doing nothing but lying or like trying to cast a pull wool over your eyes, cast an illusion, not being truthful. But they're actually coming in here to bring justice here. That's showing up underneath the King of Goblets. Justice for lying and betraying you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, guys, I literally said that. You got the Ace of Wands reverse, Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords here. Yeah. They're letting go of the fear of being rejected. They're letting go of the fear that you're going to hold back from them. Letting go of the fear that you are not going to take them back in order to come your way. Yeah. They definitely feel like they moved way too quick with this other person. Like, and you know something? What it is it was caused by another action that they made. It was some wrong action they took towards you that led them to move quick with this person. But they definitely do not love this person. King of Goblins in the reverse, showing up for their feelings towards this third party. Yeah, there was definitely a tower here. We have debt. Yeah. It's over, guys. It's over. Like this situation they had going on with this toxic person, this toxic lifestyle. Like they really want this to be over. There's the tower I was talking about. Yeah. They would rather be alone than be with this person. Like, but they don't want to be alone either. Right? They want to be where you are. You have the Three of Pentacles. There they come, taking action towards you here, collective, to work things out with you. Coming out of the cold. The 3, 4, that's the Five of Pentacles. Double confirmation that they're leaving a situation out in favor of you. Four of Swords. Yeah, they're worried that you won't talk to them. Like, that's what they're really, really worried about, guys. Like, they're really worried about doing all of this and you remaining silent on them. Like, you not wanting to talk to them. That's what they're worried about. But like I say, they know why, though. Like, they know why you're doing that. So, they understand why. So they appear to be actually wanting to work something out with you here. Yeah. Yeah. Because you're definitely going to be like feeling like you just know that they're lying. But what I'm saying though is there is no other choice anymore. They have definitely released this situation that they were stuck in for so long, which was like trying to be with you and stuck trying to be with this other person. Like, they're moving on from that. And I just see this person like continuing to like try to mend things with you. Like, continuing, like, because I feel like they may try to reach out and you may just still not say anything. Or like I say, they're gonna start trying. And I really do see like you being silent, like the first couple attempts. Yeah. Like not willing to talk to them. Ooh. Yeah, it's like they're gonna be waiting. Not being able, yeah, they're like waiting on you, waiting on this love, waiting on your love. We have Taurus showing up here, like someone's waiting on a Taurus's love here, like, and they're just continuing to be silent here. They're really hoping that you're like not still reflecting on this competition that they put you in. Like hoping that you can forgive them, really. They know you're angry. Yeah. They definitely know you're angry here. There you are, collective. Yeah, they know you're angry because this person broke your heart. This was a divine opportunity, a divine connection. You thought at one point that you guys were going to be able to at least work through the conflict. Then it just got to a place where you just didn't see how you could make it through this any longer. Like, yeah, they were causing you so much stress here. See, they know why. Definitely. because there's competition, right? Conflicts. Conflict of interest. And then, like I said, that's their main worry, that you're like not thinking about them, like not looking their way at all. Like, and that's really stressing them out. Because now they're really wanting to work through this conflict with you. Like, really. Yeah. And there you are as the Queen of Goblets. That's other double confirmation, triple confirmation that you and this person are divine counterparts. You have the Queen of Goblets in the upright and the King of Goblets in the upright. And it's like, in their mind, they don't see any conflict that the two of you can't get through. And guys, I'm actually seeing 1111 on this live. 11 participants, 11 likes. Twin flame connection. Isn't that something, guys? If somebody really wants to be back with you guys, like, but you are so angry at this person. It's like your anger, whether you realize it or not, it could be hidden anger, right, guys? Because just because anger is not at the surface, doesn't mean it's not there or it doesn't exist. Because when we're talking deep-seated pain, right, it could be hidden anger. But you are definitely very angry with this person. Yeah, which is why, like, you are like this and are not letting them back. You don't trust this person. But they are desperate to give you what you deserve. And that's just it, guys. They're like dead set on coming back to give you what you deserve. Yep. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the live here, guys. Next up is going to be Leo. So I'm going to make sure I get that done today, guys. After Leo, I believe it's Virgo. So I'll be seeing you guys in just a minute here. You guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much. Well, my ring just flew off, y'all guys. Love you so much. Choose this hour to love yourself, mercy, and of course, never look back. Recognize today more than ever that you are definitely someone special and you deserve nothing but the very best. Also, recognize today that the mere fact that you are taking a breath, it should be proof enough for you to recognize that miracles definitely are real. And you yourself sitting there, wherever you are in the world at this point, should be knowing that you definitely are a miracle. A walking, breathing miracle in motion. Guys, hugs and kisses to my babies. And I'm coming back on for Leo. See my babies in just a minute. Bye for now.